All right, so just a quick response here to the news today that the police chief and the fire chief were either terminated or resigned. What are your thoughts on that?
I like to believe that without knowing the facts, and I don't know the facts, all I know is that a mayor under regular government has the right to ask for anybody's resignation. And in my opinion, if people don't resign or submit a letter of resignation for reappointment, they can be relieved of their duties. That's the way I know local government to be.
In your own opinion, your assessment, did you think that the chiefs had done a good job prior to today?
Well, I know that the chief was involved when I was arrested and removed from my council seat, and I swore him under oath. I mean, when he was swore in under oath in the trial that I had about being removed from city council from my elected seat and charged 3 days later, he swore under oath that he made a decision, and I didn't agree with that decision to be a good, fair decision. I'm the chairman of the Rules Committee. The facts would show that Monica Galloway was chairing the meeting. Josh Freeman slid her a note to have me removed, and we were in the middle of a mayoral election. At one point, I was going to be the only one on the ballot. So Peter Bay, the police chief, Josh Freeman, and others on the council, you know, I didn't think that they did right by law and by the facts, you know, when it came to me speaking at council meetings and being a voice for the first ward. I seen a fraudulent affidavit attached to Darnell Early's emergency manager order. I called it to his attention, police personnel not being straight up, you know, as it relates to Councilman Mays. I also had some questions about police personnel coming outside the city of Flint, dealing in the jurisdiction and the driving communications. You know, I might be the wrong one to assess the chief because of some things that I experienced in my professional capacity that I didn't agree with, as far as the officers and certain people in the community like him because of his personality. I still look at the over 10,000 complaints backlogged in the Detective Bureau. I look at crime statistics. I compare his reign with others, and you know, I'm hoping whatever happens from this point on. I've had communications with the mayor as it relates to using Blue Badge and volunteers to sort through those over 10,000 complaints. I know residents who want their, you know, complaints sorted out. I also know of some people probably in that stat 2 and 3 and 5 times need to be taken off the street. That stack of complaints reminds me of the sorting out of the lead pipelines. You know, 15,000 lead pipelines, not good record. So, you know, I'm not caught up on personalities. I'm caught up on the business of the city in every department, doing the best that we can do in order to allow the citizens of Flint to deserve a better quality of life. And the water situation have to be straightened out. Political leadership has changed, and I'm all about moving forward to serve the people so they can enjoy a better quality of life.
You mentioned that initially you were going to be the only candidate on the ballot for the mayoral election last year.
I was the only
and it came out recently as a result of some of the FOIA emails that were released that perhaps the governor's office...
No, not perhaps. The governor's office. Go ahead and continue.
Well, okay, then absolutely the governor's office sort of spearheaded some legislation that ultimately changed the law to get other people on the ballot for fear that you would be elected. What's your response to that?
Wrongfully interfering with democracy, the law, the election process to change the course of how things were going to be. The email email specifically talked about that I was problematic for the emergency managers. I can see that. I oppose them. The email talked about contacting Senate Minority Leader Jim Ananick to have him do it. Why not have your Republican leadership do it? The email also talked about the Secretary of State making it clear to the governor and Lieutenant Governor Calley that there was nothing in law to rectify me being the only candidate on the ballot, and that there would not be an August primary. Councilman Mays would have been the only candidate on the ballot from April to November, and I don't think that their golden candidate, Walling, could have overcome that. They probably didn't realize the relationship I had with Dr. Weaver, and so we teamed up and we beat their golden boy candidate, Walling, who had been going along to get along, saying water was safe and he drank it, and, you know, from Aaron Brockovich and Leanne Walters, Claire McClendon, Clarissa Mays, all of the people around me that educated me, Robert Bocock, Aaron Brockovich Center in. I didn't believe it was safe. Council persons, Freeman, Jackie Poplar, and others, you know. So we know it wasn't just a conspiracy theory. People were fighting against me and trying to beat me, from the governor to the lieutenant governor to the Senate to the city council and everything in between. And so right now I kind of just smile because we're winning. Now they're running, they're resigning, they're losing their spots, and the truth is coming out. Sometimes you just have to be patient and wait. And so that's what I'm doing right now. We're still trying to turn this wheel for the betterment of the people.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.